My status in Canada has expired. Do I need to book the ticket right now? I just received a refusal letter and now I am out of status. Do I need to book a ticket and head as soon as possible, or I do have an option or time to stay in Canada? Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Dhruv. I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant. At our firm Effizient, we assist all prospective immigrants with their immigration to Canada. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us. The contact information is right here. A very common question we get is from people whose status has already expired, or they are anticipating that it will run out, or they have applied for an extension and they are anticipating what happens if they get a refusal, and they are scared. They think that if they are refused, they'll have to pack their bags and leave right away, or police will come knocking to the doors. So this is the video where I'm going to clarify all those things. Before we move forward with the content of the video, let's answer the comment of the week. And the comment today is from Chahat. She's asking about timeline. She's not clear whether you should apply for a visitor record before your work permit expires, 1 month before, 2 months before, or when exactly should you be applying. That's a very good question. As long as you apply before the expiry date of your PGWP or work permit or whatever status document you have, you are okay. The government says that or the IRPA and the IRPR, which is the Immigration and Refugee Protection Act and Immigration and Refugee Protection Regulation, they mandate that as long as an application is received before the expiry of the status, that gives you maintained status. So now at that point, it's up to you how far in advance you want to apply. But from a legal standpoint, as long as the application reaches IRCC before the expiry of your current status, that's it. That's all that matters. So you can apply 2 days before, a month before. That's totally your choice. Coming back to the content of the video, we need to talk about what happens when you fall out of status. What can you do? Now guys, here is a concept which people are not aware of, and that is called restoration of status. Restoration of status is a provision in Canadian immigration law that says that, you know, if your status expires, IRCC gives you 90 days from the day it expires to restore it. Now, that means IRCC and the government understands that, you know, you may have applied for an extension and because of some reason your extension got refused, or some reasons beyond your control, you may have lost your status, and that's fine. That does not mean that you need to be shipped back to your home country right away, or that police will come knocking on your door, or the customs or CBSA officials will come knocking on your door, arrest you and take you to detention. That's not how things work. Even though that's what you may have seen in movies, or that's what maybe your perception is about how things would end up if you go out of status, none of that happens. It's all in the movies. Now what happens is that government says that once you are out of status, from the day you become out of status, you have 90 days to restore your status. That means in those 90 days, you need to apply to restore your status, and you need to submit the application for a status. That could be an application for a visitor record, or that could be an application for a study permit, work permit, whatever it is. You have 90 days to ask for that particular status and apply for restoration. Now, oftentimes the confusion is that, so how do you do it, right? I mean, and I want to apply for a work permit and I want to restore my status. So is it like I submit restoration of status application and then I submit a work permit application? I submitted 2 applications. How does it all work? And it gets so confusing. The answer is that restoration of status is not really a separate application. Whatever application you are doing, you just need to ask IRCC to restore your status, and you need to pay the fee. There is a fee of $229 that is applied towards restoration of status. You need to ask IRCC for example, if you're doing a work permit application, you make the work permit application. In that application, you tick the box which says restore your status, and you request IRCC as with a letter. For example, under the client information, you can write a letter saying that my status has expired, I am within the 90-day window, so I would like to restore my status. And all you're doing is you are asking IRCC that here is my work permit application and I want to restore my status and I have paid the fee. Here is the fee. So as long as you pay the required fee and you have submitted the complete application for whatever status you're trying to restore your status to, that is all that you need. There is no separate restoration application. All you need to do is pay the restoration of status fee. Once your restoration application has been submitted, then, and as long as it's submitted within the 90 days, you're okay. Then you wait. Now what happens after you submit the application? The application goes under process, and during that time you cannot work, you cannot study, you cannot do anything. You can just stay here and wait. When a decision is made on the application, only then you will be granted status. And depending on whatever status you are granted, you can either start working or studying, depending on what application got approved. Now, what happens if the restoration application is denied? Well, if the application is denied and you are still within the 90-day period from the initial refusal or initial out of status, you can again apply for restoration. If you are out of that period, then you cannot apply for restoration anymore, and that option is closed for you. One important nuance for restoration, and it's very important and it's very common, people whose study permit expires before they apply for work permit, or they have gone out of status because the study permit expired, but they want to apply for PGWP. They want to know how to restore their status. Here the nuance is that you will submit a PGWP application that comes with a 255 Canadian dollar fee. On top of that, you have to ask IRCC to restore your status to a student. Now, when you do that part, restore your status to a student, I know this gets confusing, but because you need to be a permit holder, study permit holder, to apply for PGWP, that's why you ask IRCC to restore your status to a student. And when you do that, the fee associated is a little different. It's $229 for restoration. On top of that, it's $150 for study permit. So you'll pay $229 plus $150 plus $255, that is the work permit application fee. All this together will be the fee that you'll pay when you submit the application for restoration of status plus postgraduate work permit. That's it, guys. That is how you apply for restoration. Again, if you go out of status, don't panic, don't worry. You can apply for restoration. All you need to do is make sure that proper application and proper fee is paid, and you have 90 days to restore your status. I hope this was helpful and you got a sense of how restoration works. If you have any questions, you can contact us. If you want to talk to me personally, you can book an appointment. The link is in the description below. If you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you are notified about any new video that we upload. That's it for today, guys. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.